Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome to D Smith Let's Discuss. Today's session, I want to talk about this beautiful young lady right here, Ta'Neasha Chappell, who was unalive on July 16th, 2021. She was unalive because police officers, correction officers did not care about her. They did not care. Ta'Neasha passed away following a basically medical neglect. She screamed, begged for help over a 24-hour period. 14 individuals. These officers right here basically said, I'm not going to help you. They basically said, you are faking. Stop it. She said, I need to go to the hospital over 14 times. She begged them. My stomach hurt. The RN said no. The female officer said no. The male officer said no. 14 individuals said no, you are faking. Think about that. Think about that, man. All these officers had no empathy for her. Some of the statements the officer said, I didn't think she was sick. She was faking. I don't know. She was up walking around. Think about that, man. So according to reports, she was in that jail for 30 days. Right? Walking around. Then all of a sudden, her presentation changed. And now one of the officers picked it up. Something is wrong with this young lady. They did not care. They did not care for this young lady. And this happened 3 years ago. These officers disregarded this young lady right here. Let's react to this video right here. Let's go. So let's react to this video right here. Let's go. Welcome to the session. Let's discuss.
The death of Ta'Neasha Chappell, a Louisville woman who begged for help for hours before dying in the custody of the Jackson County Jail. She'd been locked up about 2 months, arrested in May of 2021 for shoplifting in a miles-long police chase that started.
So think about that. She was locked. I said 30 days. She was locked up for 60 days. And these officers could not tell a change in her presentation. So I have a family member that is a police officer. They say they go by the facts. Bullcrap. Soon as them officers put on that uniform, that badge, and have that gun, it's a me versus you mentality. So when they seen that young lady asking for help, no empathy once that uniform got put on. It is what it is. Officers do not care. That mentality is us versus you. And that's why this young lady lost her life. But let's go.
Started at the Outlet Mall in Columbus, Indiana, and ended in a crash on I-65 in Clark County. For the first time now, we hear from jail employees there as she was dying. You can hear the desperation in the voice of Ta'Neasha Chappell. She'd been making calls like this for 13 hours, locked up in the Jackson County Jail. And 8 hours after this one, she was dead.
There is no peace. There's no making comfort with this.
This 23-year-old mother from Louisville,
Hours of her begging and pleading.
died a slow, painful death.
Crazy,
Knowingly
man.
did nothing and allowed someone to die.
she was like literally dying, man. That's wild.
Crying out to people who we now know
I don't think she was sick.
didn't believe her
You don't know if they were faking it.
or refused to listen until it was too late.
What goes through your head and your heart when you see how your daughter was treated?
That they were evil.
Chappell's death in July of 2021 brought protests and national headlines. 3 years later,
I'm confused on what really happened to her. I have my theories, but
It's like living under the weight of no resolution.
yes.
WDRB reviewed more than 20 hours of depositions from jail staff under oath. And the 800-page Indiana State Police investigation previously withheld. This is Chappell's story, like it's never been told.
She kept saying she was vomiting blood, and the nurse said we need evidence of the blood.
The depositions we obtained reveal several missteps.
I mean, I don't know what you want me to do unless you're talking up something crazy.
I don't know what you want me to do. I want you to take me to the hospital. Today is it's the holidays. This young lady should be with her family, but because of these terrible officers, she would not be doing that. All these officers are trash. All 14 individuals, all 14 officers, trash. Secretaries, whatever you want to call them, trash.
Between 8 at night and 3 in the morning, July 15th into the 16th, Chappell asked to go to the hospital at least 6 times. Guards kept coming to her cell.
I said, if you see blood in there, let me know right away.
But when one of them did see blood around 2:30 a.m.,
You went and told that to Scott, right? Yes, sir.
the sergeant claimed he was never told.
Were you advised that Ta'Neasha Chappell was throwing up blood? No, I was not.
Jail
Lies. Shit
policy
too.
requires staff to call a doctor when an inmate vomits blood. They didn't.
Had it been your call, you would have had her taken to the hospital, right?
Yeah.
Instead,
Speaking of the lie. Speaking of a lie.
Edward Tan checked on Chappell a little before 9 a.m. on July 16th, the day she died. Records show he took
This nurse is a clown also. This nurse is a clown.
vitals and offered her Tylenol, saying she'd have a full medical visit in the afternoon.
She told me that morning that she had sickle cell and ulcers, yes.
30 minutes later, she's back on the talk box.
I wasn't sure what exactly to do about it.
She trash also. She is this officer's trash. I didn't know because of my training. Oh, you don't have empathy?
Since I hadn't received any training yet.
Another misstep. Guard Raya Smith admits
Alrighty.
she never told the nurse or supervisors about that call.
So why did you ignore her there?
I'm not 100% sure why.
Yeah, you
None
know.
of them. I feel like none of them did what they were supposed to do.
You didn't care. You know you did not care about that young lady.
Late morning, Chappell collapsed in a day room wearing only underwear covered in feces.
We gotta make it lady on the floor here.
Inmates tried to sound alarms. Officers put her back in her cell. As her cries grow weaker, soon she's incoherent. Jail staff eventually moved Chappell to a room for monitoring.
This is
Naked,
sad, man.
Wobbling, fading. She falls and hits her head on a bunk. This is when they finally acknowledge she needs medical care. But she lays there for 40 more minutes.
I didn't realize that she was unable to dress herself.
The nurse won't go in the cell.
Possibility of accusations. I'm not going to enter her. If she doesn't have any clothes on, I'm not going to go into the cell by myself.
He sends 2 female guards in.
Come on, you gotta get dressed. I can't. You two know until you're dressed.
They won't help her get dressed either.
Read this right here. You're just making us think that you are faking it. Officer Ta'Neasha Baxter said that. No empathy, sympathy, just did not care. Disregarded that young lady life, man. You are faking it. This is sickening right here, man.
You're not going to be able to get rid of it in a way you want.
You can sit there and just suffer. You can sit there and just pass away. That's what she said. You can sit there and pass away. I don't care. That's what she said.
When EMS finally arrives, Chappell props herself up on a wall, staggers to the gurney, and falls. She was dead at Schneck Medical Center 2 hours later, 5:42 p.m., July 16th, 20 hours after she first called for help. We found in investigative records competing theories on what killed Ta'Neasha Chappell. Medical examiner ruled it probable toxicity with a manner undetermined. Rumors in lockup, she was poisoned. The medical examiner found a green liquid in her stomach. Lab tests couldn't confirm it.
They treated her like she wasn't a human.
The other theory came from the ER doctor who treated Chappell, that she died of a prolonged sickle cell crisis.
It would have been different if I'd known her medical history.
Jail staff said they didn't know about her pre-existing conditions. They didn't do the required medical questionnaires when she was originally booked. A third theory emerged in court records from the medical experts hired by Chappell's family and the county, agreed she died from sepsis due to an infection. While doctors disagree about what caused Ta'Neasha Chappell's death, the family,
It's the fact that nobody helped her for hours.
they're suing, claiming the jail denied Chappell her constitutional rights to medical care. The jail's medical experts said no physician could be certain earlier care would have prevented Chappell's death. But this year, the county's attempts to
Like, we trust the jail medical professionals. Come on, man. That sounds crazy as hell. The people that work for the jail have an opinion. Come on now. Make it make sense. I'm gonna trust their opinion, their doctors.
the case completely dismissed, failed, clearing the way for trial.
Very.
But paying for Chappell's death is not just about dollars and cents. They want criminal charges.
No answers with no justice. Like, it's the worst feeling ever.
For the feds to step in and give Ta'Neasha Chappell the help she didn't get behind bars.
There are serious problems at that jail, and if things don't change, more lives will be lost.
And more lives were lost. 2 other inmates died in Jackson County Jail custody since Ta'Neasha Chappell. One happened 3 weeks later.
I'm throwing up blood.
I'm sorry?
I'm throwing up blood.
You're throwing up blood.
Yes, I left it in the toilet so you have to see.
What's your name?
Ta'Neasha Chappell.
Okay. Do you keep on doing it?
This is my second time. I overlooked it today. The first time, but it's happening again.
Okay. I'll see if I can come back there and look at you, okay?
Okay.
That first call for help came on July 15th. The investigation from the Jackson County prosecutor says a jail employee did not see blood when they checked on her. Later that night, after lockdown, her cellmate called for help.
Ain't nobody back here showing up.
In the next 13 hours, Chappell tells jail staff, I need to go to the hospital 6 times, and that she needs help 14 times.
Help.
What do you need help with? What?
Overnight, the prosecutor's report and ISP investigation found 5 occasions where jail employees went to Chappell's cell to check on her. At 8:45 the next morning, it says a nurse found her vitals were normal. By 1 o'clock, it says she was placed in a private holding cell, checked on repeatedly. At 3:15, they called an ambulance. She got to the closest medical center at 4 p.m. Documents show they started an IV and ordered tests, but she died around 5:45 that night. The report shows staff at the Schneck Medical Center had a range of theories, from sickle cell disease to the possible ingestion of antifreeze. But a forensic pathologist could not prove those theories. An autopsy found her manner of death was undetermined. In October, her family filed suit against Jackson County Jail employees, a police commander in the jail, and Sheriff Rick Meyer. We reached out to Meyer for comment and did not hear back. In December, the county prosecutor found no crimes were committed in the death of Ta'Neasha Chappell.
That's no crimes were committed. What? No crimes were committed. That sounds crazy. That sounds wild. These officers going straight to hell. Trash, did not care. This beautiful young lady should still be alive today, spending the holidays with her kid, with her family members. But these officers get to enjoy their family. That ain't right, man. That is not right. Damn, I hope that young lady get justice. I hope her family get justice. Shit crazy, man. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I'm out of here.